Hello everyone, welcome back to the second part of the reading practice lesson. This video is for those who already watched the first part of the lesson. So if you still haven't watched the first part, please go back to the website and watch the first part of the reading practice first and then come back to this video, okay? Very good. So, welcome back, everyone. This is the second part. So, from the activity sheet, I was expecting you guys to solve two tasks. So this video will cover reviewing and analyzing and solving the questions together. Okay? You ready? Very good. So, have you read the text and have you solved the activities carefully? Okay, very good. Now let's move on to the solving questions. Very good. Now let's move on. So, from the text, we have found that some of the information. So we're gonna use that. So let's read the question number one. Most jobs seem as if they can be done by robots or computers. Most jobs seems as if they can be done by robots or computers. Is this true or false? The answer is false. Okay, so why is this first? Why is this false? Okay, so as we read at the paragraph number one, we know that if you think of the jobs robots could never do, you would probably put doctors and teachers at the top of the list. It's easy to imagine robot cleaners and factory workers, but some jobs need human connections and creativity. So this paragraph says, so some jobs need human connection and creativity. Yeah, but some, as opposite to that, some parts can be done by robots or computers, like cleaning, like robot cleaners or factory workers. It can be done by robots or computers. But some jobs need a human connection and creativity. So let's go back to the sentence here. So most jobs, it means 90% of the jobs seem as if they can be done by robots or computers. So is that true or false? It's false. So some jobs can be done. Some jobs can be done by robots or computers, not most jobs, okay? So false was the answers. Next, let's move on to the next one. Let's read the sentence. Robots are always better at diagnosing illnesses than doctors. Was that true or false? The answer is false. So where did you guys find the answers? So we need to focus on this one. They're always better at diagnosing illnesses than doctors. Let's have a look at this sentence here. Let's focus on here. So in some cases, they already perform better than doctors at diagnosing illnesses. That's partially true. Also, some patients might feel more comfortable sharing personal information with a machine than a person. Let's have a little focus in here. So, they said in some cases, and also they said some patients. Yeah, robots are always better. This means false. Yeah. So in some cases, they're sometimes better at diagnosing illnesses than doctors, but not always. So the answer was false. Let's move on. Many experts agree robots will replace teachers by 2027. So, is this true or false? The answer is false. So why is this false? So, whenever you find questions with numbers, it is pretty easy to find the answers as you find the sentences with that certain number. So 2027. So we need to find 2027 in the paragraph. Aha, 27. So let's have a look at the sentence with 2027. So British education expert Antony Seldon thinks so. And he even has a date for the robot takeover of the classroom 2027. Okay? So many experts agree robots will replace the teachers by 2027. So the Antony Seldon here right now. So he said he has a date for the robot takeover of the classroom 2027, but only Antony Seldon will said robots will replace teachers by 2027. Only Antony Seldon, not many experts. Okay, and also they said it's not a popular option. So not many experts agree robots will replace teachers by 2027. The answer was false. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Let's read the question here. So one advantage of robot teachers is that they don't need to rest. Is this true or false? The answer is true. So where do we find this answer? So one advantage. So the advantage can be found from this sentence. From these two sentences. So number one, that problem could be partly solved. So it says advantage. By whom? By robots. So it has the same meaning as this. That problem could be partly solved by robots because number one, they can teach anywhere. Okay, but we cannot find anything from this question. Number two, one gets stressed. One gets stressed and tired. So we can find that they don't need to rest. So one gets stressed is the same meaning. So the answer is true, everyone. Very good. Now let's move on to the next one. Robot assistant could help teachers by marking homework and writing reports. So is this true or not? The answer is true. Why? So we can find this not why. Where can we find these answers? So we can find the answer from this sentence here. So shall we read? Teachers to waste a lot of time doing non-teaching work, including more than 11 hours a week marking homework. Marking homework. Okay, but we need more. We need more. If robots could cut the time teachers spend marking homework and writing reports. Yeah? So this robot is helping the teacher right now. Helping the teachers by what? By marking homework and writing reports. And then the robots successfully help the teachers. Okay, that was the answer. So the answer is true, everyone. Very good. So now let's move on to the next question. So let's read the questions. So some teachers use robots to reduce their time answering emails and marking homework. So teacher. So the subject is teacher. So subject use verb robots. So teacher use robots. For what? To reduce their time. Okay, helping. The robots are helping the teacher by what? Answering emails or marking homework. So we have two things to check. Do robots check emails and marking? Okay, so let's have a look at the answer. The answer is false. Okay, why? Where do we find these answers? So the answer can be found. The answer can be found from this sentence here. So office workers can use softwares. It is a robot, but it's a bit quite close to the computer. To do things like organize and answer emails. Answer emails. Answer emails. But in these questions, it says the teacher. It wasn't by some teacher. It was by office workers software. So this is false already. So but we need to continue. Arrange meetings, update calendars. So this computer is doing these things, not a robot. So teachers waste a lot of time doing the non-teacher work, including more than 11 hours a week marking homework. If robots could cut the time teachers spent marking homework, and writing reports, we cannot find writing reports in this sentence. Aha. So the answering emails was from the software used by office workers. It was not by some teacher's robot. It was just marking homework, but we missed writing reports. So the answer is false. Very good. So next, so this was the end of the activity 2. So now let's move on to the activity 3. So we have 3 options here, and we have 1 question. So we need to pick one of these. So let's have a look at the questions here. So we need to finish the sentence. So it is easy to think robots A will replace people even if we don't like the idea. B, it is easy to think robots are more capable than people, and it's true. C, it is easy to think robots can do less than people, but it's not always true. Okay, so which would be the answer? The answer is C. It is easy to think robots can do less than people, but it is not always true. So, we can find some hint and the answers from this sentence. So, some jobs need human connection and creativity, but it's showing the contrast. But Are we underestimating what robots can do? In some cases, they already perform better than doctors at diagnosing illness. Also, some patients might feel more comfortable sharing personal information with a machine than a person. Could there be a place for robots in education after all? So, can do less than people. So they think, humans used to think, maybe just something mechanical, something in a factory, or something like robot cleaner, stuff like that. But we were underestimating the robot's capability. So in this sentence, they were saying robots already perform better than doctors, and also some patients might feel more comfortable sharing personal information with a machine than a person. So it tells you that robots can do more than people. They used to think people is always better. But this paragraph contradicts that idea. So it can do less than people, but it's not always true. Very good. Now let's move on to the next question. Antony Seldon thinks teachers in the future will help robots in class. Help robots. B. Antony Seldon thinks teachers in the future will teach knowledge to students. C. Antony Seldon thinks teachers in the future will no longer exist. So, we need to find the answers. So, which would be the correct answers for this? Any question? No. Any volunteers? Okay. So, the answer is A. Antony Seldon thinks teachers in the future will help robots in class. So, when we face this kind of question, including someone's name, we can start solving questions as reading the only sentence with included Antony Seldon. Okay? So I skipped Antony Seldon here, but there were Antony Seldon in this paragraph. So he predicts robots will do the main job. So in a classroom, so robots is gonna do the main job. And the teachers will be like assistants. But teacher, what does that mean, assistants? What do you mean by assistants? Assistants is the same meaning as help robots in class. Help. So helping. So assist and help has a similar meaning. So let's have a look at the meaning of assistant. So assistant means a person who can help for your work. So this paragraph tells you that maybe in the future, robots are gonna teach, and teachers are gonna help the robots. It may happen in the future. Antony Seldon said that. Okay, so the answer was A, to help robots in class. Very good. Now let's move on to the next one. Next question. So robots will probably never robots will probably never have human understanding of emotions. 2. Robots will probably never be a popular choice for teachers. Number 3. Robots will probably never be intelligent enough to work in education. So, we can find a hint from this question. It is never. Never. So never tells you never tells you the impossibility. Impossible something. Impossible things to make it happen. So the answer is A. So robots will probably never have human understanding of emotions. So we can find this from this paragraph. Let's read it. It's not a popular opinion and it's unlikely. So unlikely tells you the never. Impossible. Unlikely will ever happen. Have empathy and the ability to connect with humans like other human can. So empathy in this question has a similar meaning as the question right now. So have human understanding of emotions. So empathy in a dictionary, it tells you that a person with an empathy can understand and share others' emotions. So you are being really considerate. You're being really kind. So because you understand of emotions. Humans can, but robots, they said, will probably never learn that. Okay, very good. Now let's move on to the next one. So some parts of the world. Some parts of the world, A, pay robots to teach. Some parts of the world, B, already use robots in teaching jobs. 3, C, some parts of the world have a shortage of teachers. Shortage means running out of. So it means no. So no teachers in that part of the world. Okay, now shall we have a look at the answers? The answer is C. Some parts of the world have a shortage of teachers. So where can we find this answer? We can find this answer from this paragraph. Let's read from the beginning. The one thing is certain, though. A robot teacher is better than no teacher at all. In some parts of the world, there are not enough teachers. Some parts of the world, there are not enough teachers. So, they wrote are not enough. Shortage is like a short version of not enough. So the C is the answer. So have a shortage of teachers. So robot teacher is quite valuable to the country where children cannot study because of the shortage of teachers. Very good. Now let's move on to the next one. So teachers, A, work harder than office workers. B, teachers have less help than office workers. C, teachers leave their job to become office workers. So which would be the correct answers? The answer is B. The teachers have less help than office workers. So let's read this paragraph together. So first, perhaps, maybe, the question is not will robots replace teachers, but how can robots help teachers? So here comes the office workers. Office workers can use software to do things like organize and emails and meeting and calendars. But however, as a contrary, teachers waste a lot of time doing non-teaching work, including more than 11 hours a week marking homework. So, from this sentence until so far here, we can find out that teachers have less help than office workers. Why? Because office workers use software. They can that can take care of organizing or answering emails or meeting or calendars. However, teachers need to spend very long time, even though it's a non-teaching work. So 11 hours a week marking homework and writing reports, stuff like that. So the answer would be teachers have less help than office workers. That would be the answers. Very good. Now, move on. Let's move on. Robots could empathize with students. Number 2, mark homework. Number C, prepare lessons. So, let's have a look at the A. So empathize is the verb form of empathy. Do you remember what does empathy mean? Yes, understanding others' emotion. That was the empathy. So robots could empathize with students, but we know that robots cannot do it. So A is the incorrect answers. So mark homework. Maybe or maybe not. But teachers can do it, right? Yeah. And what about C? Prepare lessons. Guess we need to have a look at the text. So the answer would be mark homework. So we can find the answers from this paragraph. So shall we read? So teachers waste a lot of time doing non-teaching work, including more than 11 hours a week marking homework. If robots help teachers, it means cutting the time teachers spend marking homework and writing reports. Teachers would have more time and energy for the parts of the job that humans do best. So robots can help. We can say could as well. So robots could what? Preparing lessons or empathize with students. No. However, robots could mark homework. So the B was the correct answer. Very good. Now, very good job, everyone. And this is it. So, hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. So I have prepared the post lesson reading a post lesson handout for you guys and in a PDF file on the website. So please have a look. So go back to the website and you can have a look and you can review at your home as well. So hope you guys see you later. Hope you guys have a good time. Hope you guys enjoy the lesson and see you later. And thank you. Bye bye.